Hello YouTube, welcome to the channel Fortified Gaming. Let's run some Mythic Plus dungeons in World of Warcraft. Today we are going to be running a Halls of Infusion, level 17 as an Arcane Mage. The weekly affixes are Fortified, Entangling, and Bolstering. I will be doing my best to give a live commentary of the dungeon run if you are into that kind of content. Feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel. So, this first pull, actually, the tank called for Lust on this, so we're actually going to go ahead and burn Lust. I do have to hit that guy. Make sure that Expulse does not get activated right there. Maybe even give it a little bit of a knockback. Do want to make sure the containment apparati go down as quickly as we can make them go down. Alright, there's one more apparatus that needs to be focused. Also make sure we interrupt the Expulse. If Expulse does not get interrupted, it will do a lot of damage. So unluckily our tank did go down during that pull, but you know what, we were able to take care of it before the ads focused anyone else in the group and took them down with them. Just remember to reapply your buffs in case any of your teammates go down, so that, oh, let's go ahead and hit them with a whatchamacallit, Dragon's Breath. Alright, knockback is a good idea. These guys. Oh. The one thing to worry about is doubling up on the CC, the crowd control abilities. You want to make sure you have as many up as you can to deal with the apparati. Luckily, after this part of the dungeon, it should be relatively smooth sailing until we get to after boss 2. We did happen to take the right-hand pathway, so we will have access to the shortcut later in the dungeon. Let's try to hit our shield ability to give our tank a little bit of sustain. I was not sure if the tank was going to die or not there, so that's why I went ahead and hit Mass Barrier right there. Oh, and I didn't realize I walked right into that swirly. You know what, it's fine. I think we have time to eat some food before we go back. Alright. Oh. Choose some blinks. I think they'll be fine. It's not a bad pull to be down a player on, as long as they take care of that ad before it casts Expulse. Alright. They're almost done with this pull. They're going to go on to the next one before I get here. No? Okay. That's good. Alright. We'll go ahead and blink in, throw in a, whatchamacallit, an Arcane Orb. Oh. Doubling up on the interrupt is not good there, but you know what, it's fine. Go ahead and hit Dragon's Breath. Make sure... okay. Yeah, that will do it to you, won't it? I think we can just chill right here, though. They should be done with this pull in a couple seconds. Alright. So we mostly got through this section without too many difficulties. The good news is that this boss should not be that difficult on this kind of week. I also have whatchamacallit again. I have Hero again, almost. We'll go ahead and hit shifting power early, actually. Then we'll give ourselves personalized heroes, since I am using that talent, and then we'll go right into a burn. For those of you who don't know how to play Arcane Mage, there are basically two phases to your rotation. The first phase is the burn phase, which is what I'm doing right now. Basically, you cast Radiant Spark on a target. You throw in a barrage, and as the barrage is traveling, you hit Touch the Magi. So that way, the barrage and the Touch of the Magi, the Radiant Spark and Touch of the Magi will both be amplified by the barrage. And after you cast your barrage in, you'll cast 4 spells onto the target. Usually it's 4 Arcane Blasts. And the idea is that Radiant Spark will actually be amplified by your next 5 spells after you apply it. And then after Touch of the Magi drops off, you go into what's called your Conserve phase, which is basically use your mana in such a way that you, or use your abilities in such a way that you have enough mana for the next burn phase. And that's pretty much it. If you want to know more details about the rotation, there are enough guides on YouTube. I feel you can just look them up yourselves. But as long as you're doing the mechanics properly and not dying, you should be able to handle level 17 dungeons. They're not too much of an issue. So what I like to do here when you cast Power Overload, the Power Overload radius is actually going to be massive. So I like to hit Alter Time, jump all the way over here, and then once it activates, we'll blink right back or teleport right back. And you'll notice all of the static on the ground is located over there, so we don't have to worry about it over here. Alright, dodge a Titanic Fist. And this should about do it for Boss 1. We'll give ourselves a slash cheer and move on to the next part of the dungeon.
I could not stop them.
Now normally, I would actually use Hero on this boss, and then it takes about 5 minutes to get down to the massive pull before the two ads blocking the door to the next boss room. And so normally I'd use personalized hero on that pull, so that way we could get through it fairly easily. What is that? Oh, I guess it doesn't stay on me when I spell steal it. I did see something on the shock trooper right here. It is a good idea to do some research when you're running these dungeons, either by running the dungeons a lot or even by looking on a site called Wowhead. Some of the ads in these dungeons have certain spells that maybe you have to interrupt, but maybe there are other ways to deal with them. For example, you could use spell steal, which is what I did on one of the spells on that what was it, shock trooper earlier. Or another example would be Curse of Stone from the Earth Wardens in Uldaman. If they cast Curse of Stone on a player, we actually have Remove Curse, so we can remove the curse from that player, and we don't have to worry about interrupting it, during the fight. Dazzle should be interrupted, though, I think. All right. Go ahead and step out of the Entangling Roots. The Entangling Roots aren't too much of a hassle to deal with, I don't think. It's really the Bolstering that's the killer this week. Alright. Zealots have been broken out of stealth. We are in a position where we can first let's go ahead and root everything, and then we'll do a burn. Alright. No, we'll go ahead and hit shifting power so that way I have my cooldowns up for this next pull. I don't think we're going to want to use hero here, but I will use my cooldowns. Okay. Looks like elemental focus is going to do a massive amount of damage, so I do want to interrupt that as best as I can. And one of the best ways to interrupt an enemy is to simply kill it. We'll go ahead and give everyone some shields in case something else bad happens. I actually don't know if that was elemental focus. I guess I'll have to look that up later. Normally I kill those ads too quickly for them to do any
The winds are always in my
mechanics to us, so that is one downside of basically doing too much DPS, is not knowing if it's the DPS that lets you get away with not knowing the mechanics of the dungeon. Alright, Cauterize has been interrupted. I'll go ahead and switch to AoE since there are more enemies out. Okay. And then after this pull, I think I'm going to ask the tank if he wants Lust on the boss. I have a feeling he's not going to want Lust on the boss, he'll want it on the ads after the boss. Okay, he called for Lust, we'll go ahead and give him Lust. And you know what? We'll do a burn. All right. We'll go ahead and hit shifting power to get some of our cooldowns back. He is targeting me, I believe, so we'll blink out of that. And we will stay near the boss. The idea is once overpowering Croak comes out, oh, I actually do want to dodge that. Okay, maybe direct some of them this way. Let's go ahead and hit the shield. And then we can go back to our burn phase now. I probably could have been doing damage during that, but usually it's better to just do the mechanics. If you have the choice between doing the mechanics and not dying, or doing DPS and dying, I would maybe go with the former one, if that makes sense. Anyway, that's the Tooth boss down. We're gonna go ahead and head on to the next part of the dungeon. So this group of ads in this particular hallway has been giving us a bit of issue. We do want to interrupt Refreshing Tide here. And you know what? We'll go ahead and set a focus on the Proto-Dragon. I think I am going to focus the Primalist Ice Caller for now. Alright, let's get the Earthshaker down. Okay, Proto-Dragon is down. Okay. You know what? We will go ahead and use a full burn here. The one thing I am worried about is there is a patrol down there that's, you know, heading up. Or they were heading up. I think it would be good if the tank here could keep them out of range, or keep this pack out of range of the patrol. Alright, we'll go ahead and hit shifting power to get some of our cooldowns back. And at this rate, at the rate we're going, I may have a personal hero for boss number 3, so that is that's a good thing. We'll go ahead and do a burn here. I think that'll be good. Okay, we'll throw that in. Throw another one in. All right. Okay. We can interrupt that. That should be good. You know what? I have a feeling they might need my my big cooldowns for this pull, but I want to see if we can get through this without Arcane Surge. Arcane Surge is kind of the main thing I use for my whatchamacallit, for my rotation. Okay. There we go. Give everyone some healing. A little bit of healing. Okay. Oh. Stand out of that brown circle. Or else I believe we will get stunned and or die. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember if I've ever even been hit by that mechanic.
We'll build a new world.
Anyway, we're almost ready to go, and you know what? I think after she does her Cyclone, we'll go ahead and hide behind this ice. Okay. And then we will give ourselves Hero. So this way I've got my potions, my everything ready to go. Okay, she's about to do Glacial Surge. This is just some fancy footwork here. Alright, go in. We'll go ahead and hit Shifting Power to get some of our cooldowns back. Then we want to be pointing this way. Hopefully bait the Cyclone over here. That's good. Alright. We get back here. We get behind this iceberg. I think it's safe to do a burn here. I'm not sure how that happened.
You're gonna get your death.
Okay. I may or may not have been in her ring when Hailstorm hit. I'm still not sure how that works. Okay, we dodged the Cyclone. That should be good. You know what? I have time to break the vine. Let's break the vine before the hailstorm happens. Okay. And this should about do it for boss number 3. Let's give ourselves a slash cheer and move on to the last part of the dungeon. Alright. Oh, they are going after me. This is not good. We're going to try to bait them over to where they need to go. And actually standing right here is actually works a bit. Let's go ahead and break those vines. Oh, let's not stand in the brown circle. That would be bad. Yeah, let's step out of there really quick. The one downside of standing right here, the upside is that you get to miss the water swirlies coming at you from the, I guess upstream is what you'd call it. But the downside is that you're going to have to dodge some ground mechanics eventually if you stand right there. We'll go ahead and interrupt the Aqua Rager, I think that's good. And actually, you know what? We'll go ahead and do a burn once we have 4 arcane charges. It's usually best to have as many charges as you can before you go into the burn. Because Arcane Barrage, I believe, does damage based on how many charges you have. Alright. Sidestep the water swirly. The mass shield might have been a little premature. I may need that later, and I won't have it, but you know what, I think we'll be fine. Oh. Okay.
I'm out of range.
No, we're just gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna go ahead and run all the way back here. I don't think they chase all the way back here. Even if they do, by the time they get back here, our oh, okay, they are attacking me. We did go to the right at the start of the dungeon, so the shortcut is open. Okay. I mean, we still have 12 minutes, so... oh, there is one left. That is kind of funny. I don't know how it got up there. Alright. We're going back in, boys. Oh, he's gonna get hit by the water. Yeah, that's not good. Go ahead and sidestep that. Chill behind the pillar for a bit. Go ahead and interrupt tidal divergence. Okay. Well, the good news is our mass shield is back, so if I need it, we have it. Oh. That could have been bad. But you know what? We're doing good now. I'm going to go ahead and hit Dragon's Breath to interrupt all of them at the same time. Move over to the right-hand side of the walkway. Okay. Aqua Rager needs to go down. And, should I use? I think I'll use my main cooldowns here. I think that would be good. Okay. The main thing I do need to watch out for is that I am dodging. Ooh, if they don't interrupt Aqueous Barrier, I can actually spell steal it, which is a good thing for me. Alright, this is gonna hurt a little bit, but you know, it's fine. Our healer's been doing pretty well, so I think they can take care of it. We're gonna go ahead and hit Shift and Power to get some of our cooldowns back. Flash Flood, they do need to dodge that. Okay. And you know what? We'll go ahead and use a mini burn here. Aqueous Bearer interrupted again. And killing her actually gets rid of the swirly, so. Let's see here. do still have to take care of this guy.
I don't have a target.
Right. Last boss, I think it's going to be here on pull. I think we're good with that, right? Pull has started. We're going to go ahead, go in. Okay. We're going to dodge the swirlies on the ground. That should be good. We'll go ahead and hit shift and power to get some of our cooldowns back. Swirlies are going to come out again. We'll go ahead and sidestep those. And we actually have time for one more burn, or at least a majority of a burn before we go into phase 2. So we'll actually go ahead and get that started right about now. Throw in a barrage. But once he hits 100 mana, or 100 energy, he's going to send us down the hallways. Alright. Looks like we're here with the tank. He's got that roar that makes you go fairly quickly. We'll go ahead and sidestep these. Go ahead and blink through here. And then tank's going to want to pick someone up. I think whoever he picks up, we're going to go ahead and polymorph the other person. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and nope. Okay, we're going to polymorph this woman over here. And this is not good. All of them are out. Oh, you know what? We can polymorph this woman over here. And then while they're dealing with that... Okay. Typically, it's a good idea not to interrupt all of them at the same time. Or at least have one like polymorphed, and you know, the other ones you can interrupt, right? It's kind of hard to, you know, group them all up together at the same time. So if you have anything like polymorph or you know, whatever you have to kind of incapacitate someone for a while, I think that's useful on that part. Anyway, that's going to do it for Halls of Infusion level 17 as an Arcane Mage. We'll go ahead and thank everyone for a clean run and even congratulate them for beating the timer.
Inventory is full.
Oh, right, my inventory is full. Anyway, as an Arcane Mage, it is common courtesy to give everyone a portal back to the main hub of the expansion. And that's going to about do it here, so if you liked what you saw here, feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you want to see me run any other dungeons during Dragonflight Mythic Plus Season 2, let me know in a comment down below which dungeon you would like to see me run. Hopefully I get around to posting a lot of that. Anyway, that's going to about do it for me here, so I hope you all had fun watching, and I will see you all later.